June the 27th, 2025. Guys, this is really good news in a lot of ways. The Supreme Court has ruled that nationwide injunctions by these demonic district courts exceed their authority granted by Congress. It's over with. They said no more stopping Trump on his immigration policies, on the birthright citizenship crap, and all of that. That's over with. And now these injunction fools is what I call them. They hate the country. They hate us. But now the Supreme Court has ruled for you and I in this case. Says that finally, in a historic decision, the U.S. Supreme Court delivered a powerful rebuke of activist judges and handed President Trump a pivotal legal victory this morning on Friday. In a 6-3 decision, the court sided with the Trump administration, ruling that federal district courts have no constitutional or statutory authority to issue so-called universal injunctions. Boy, Schumer and them going to be crying and weeping. Sweeping orders that block government policies nationwide, often at the request of left-wing advocacy groups. Guys, there's a link here, and I'll link it, where you can read the full description of the Supreme Court order. At the heart of the ruling is President Trump's Executive Order 14160, which reaffirms that not everyone born on U.S. soil is automatically entitled to American citizenship. The executive order clarifies that children born to illegal aliens or individuals temporarily in the U.S., especially when the father is not a citizen or permanent resident, they are not under U.S. jurisdiction and therefore not U.S. citizens under the 14th Amendment. Predictably, leftist organizations in Democratic-led states like New Jersey and Washington rushed to friendly liberal courts to block the order with universal injunctions, attempting to freeze President Trump's agenda before it could be enforced. But those efforts have now been largely neutralized. Thank goodness for that, because we were dealing with a battle of left and right. You know, the left controlled the judges. They elected them, and they thought they could supersede the orders of our president. That's not going to work out. Shockingly, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, writing for the majority, emphasized what conservatives have argued for years, that district court judges cannot act as a de facto Supreme Court justice, issuing nationwide rulings that bind the entire country. Justice Clarence Thomas and Justice Samuel Alito, in powerful concurring opinions, slammed the left's abuse of the judicial system, with Thomas warning that such injunctions are lawless tools of resistance designed to obstruct the executive branch. That's exactly right. The court stopped short of ruling on the constitutionality of the executive order itself, but the implications are massive. By gutting the lower court's ability to halt implementation nationwide, the path is now clear for the Trump administration to enforce its definition of birthright citizenship. Now, guys, this is the actual order itself, and it's in the article, so I'll link the article. You can scroll down. Now, the actual order itself is linked in this article. So as you follow the article, come down to the very bottom and you can read this entire, I think it's 4 or 5 pages of this Supreme Court order if you feel like you want to do it, guys. We're watching, I think it's a big victory. We got some other battles we got to get through. We got to get this AI crap out of the big bill and a few other things. But there's a bunch of people that are opposed to it, but many of them have a different opposition point inside it itself, not just the AI. Some are not worried about that. They want that. Why? And guys, we've got just as many rhinos as we've ever had in the Democratic setup now. Mike Johnson he's trouble. He's been trouble from Jump Street, and he's going to continue to be trouble. Thune is not doing too good, or Thune, whatever his name is, Thune. He's not doing too good either right now. They both claim to be Republicans, but when it comes right down to the cutting, they always turn rhino. They're not to be trusted. We'll have to watch those two, definitely. But again, it's very good news, and all these injunction infested courts can now sit down and shut the hell up. We're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.